What up, guys? Long time between knife videos, anyway. I'm going to entitle this one Three Knives and a Baby. So I got three knives and a baby over there. It's about 2:15 in the morning. I can't sleep. So figured I'd cover this. These ain't really reviews because a lot of people have done reviews on these and it's just my thoughts. So we're going to get started. This was the Vetus Sanmai Tanto. I'll have specs and dimensions in the bottom of the description and all that kind of stuff. It's about $50. It's pretty cool. The only thing about this knife I don't really like, there's a couple of things. First of all, they say it's full tang, but you see the tang doesn't match up where the blade is. Not really. If that is the tang, then it's kind of crooked. But I see this more of like a gift idea display piece. It is sharp. It will take an edge. The pins look just kind of funny to me. It's like, I just don't know. This knife has not really earned my trust. And this isn't rust or anything on the blade. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it was designed to be. I question if it's actually Sanmai construction because a lot of that coloring came off the blade when I first oiled it and everything. It was like the rag was black. So your guess is as good as mine. That's why I didn't gift one of these to Eric because I thought about it, but I was like, no, I don't trust it enough to pass one of these on to a sword friend, especially a friend like Eric. All right, so you got the saya here, for lack of a better term. You can call it the sheath, I guess, if you want to. It was pretty damn tight when I first got it, and it's loosened up a lot. Yeah. I don't think this is all one piece, obviously. It looks like it's kind of sandwiched together. It's cool. It's a good gift idea. Can't really recommend it too highly, but I like it. I'm not going to get rid of it. It's cool. It cuts decently. Alright, so the one I ended up getting on Sunday, which was the day before yesterday, I got the Spyderco Bow River. What's that guy's name? Phil Wilson. Designed this for Spyderco. It's one of their budget blades. You don't see too many budget Spydercos, but it's about $40 on Amazon, which is a good deal in my opinion. Of course, people are going to complain about the steel being. That shit does turn to daylight. Yeah, that. But it's kind of like Buck. Buck does a great 420 on their 119 and their 120. They're tough as hell. They hold an edge. They cut great. Yeah, I think Spyderco does the same on this. I've done some paper swipes with it, some hair shaving, and usually, and this is just the factory edge. I haven't even taken it to the strop yet. I haven't even done anything to it. But usually, even if you do just a little bit of things like that, you'll notice some edge deterioration just a little bit. I mean, you gotta be kind of psycho like me and Eric to notice it, but yeah. So, but it's held its edge. I mean, I like it. Extremely sharp. It's about a 3.5, 4-inch blade. This is actual full tang. You can tell because the metal doesn't stop. It's not hidden behind anything. Leather sheath with a belt loop. Got the Spidey logo on there. And of course you got the Spidey logo in the hole here. This is just for like decoration and just their trademark doesn't benefit with the weight or anything, which is that the knife's not heavy at all. As far as for uses, I would say it'd be good for food prep, cleaning fish, even a kitchen knife. Self-defense, of course, you could use it for that. I mean, pretty much any knife that has a decent edge and you can stab things, you can use it for self-defense or whatever, but it's not what it's primarily meant for. Of course, I wouldn't bushcraft wood. I mean, you could shave wood, but anything like batoning and stuff like that, this is a no-go. All Alright, show it in the sheath. Doing this one-handed. Hold on. And that's how it fits in the sheath. Good retention. Just the sheath alone is worth around 30 or 40 bucks, and the fact that you get a Spyderco brand knife with it, that's a pretty good deal in my opinion. And you got a lanyard hole if you want to do that. Pins holding the scales on. I really like the scales. It's got a really cool look to them. Anyway, so probably my favorite fixed blade currently, and excuse me. I carry this knife every day. I even wear it in the house. Eric done got me hooked on having a neck knife around me all the time, and it's his fault. I blame him. Anyway, this is an Ecos Kwaiken. It's the 8-inch model. I got this when I was at the hospital when my child was being born, and that's also one reason why it's so special to me. It was the first knife I got when Gracie was born. And she's over there like, Dad, shut up, you're embarrassing me. Anyways, so it's 1084 high carbon steel, differentially hardened. I got myself tongue-tied and tickled. It's made in the Philippines. It's by Ecos. You guys a good look at the hamon. Can't do much of a flyover because the knife's so small. And you got these scales. I really would have preferred to have the wrapped handle like Eric's, but hell, I mean, I'm just happy to have one. Blade's about almost 4 inches long. This is the 8-inch model, and you got to figure 4 inches. So, and they're never exact. Probably the sharpest knife I've ever gotten out of the box, except for little guest star here, BPS Savage, still in the sheath. And yes, I even wear this as a neck knife. Thank you, Eric. You got me hooked on that crap. But what happened was, I ordered it before I realized Gracie was going to be born. And I was like, oh, crap. I mean, all this on my mind, I got a $150 knife coming in the mail, and I won't be home. So we're at the hospital, and Gracie was born. And the mail was about to run, so I had to sneak home. Not sneak, but we had to get our phone charged and everything, and her go bag and everything, because we were totally unprepared. We were there for just a normal checkup, and they're like, her blood pressure is so high, she has to have emergency C-section, or it's going to be bad. So I'm wearing street clothes, no bag, no toothbrush, no nothing. So I had to go home that morning anyway to get our stuff, so it just happened to come right. I mean, it was dropped off like maybe 2 minutes before I got there. And then I took it to a strop, maybe 2 passes. Didn't really even need to do that. Got our stuff and, hauled ass back to the hospital. And at night, during the day, whatever, all day long, I'd have this around my neck. And of course, at night when there's nothing to do, Gracie's asleep, my wife's asleep, I'd just be admiring it and filling it with it, because there wasn't anything else you can do in a hospital. I mean, I probably wasn't supposed to have this on me because I don't want you to have weapons or anything, but oh well. Breaking the law. Anyway, so I'm sitting there watching movies on my phone, Resident Evil and shit, and thinking about how this is going to probably be Gracie's first real knife when she's old enough, obviously. This was the knife Daddy got when you were born, and it's going to be yours when you're grown for protection and stuff, and so on and so forth. But it's my favorite. It's my favorite. I carry it all the time. I'm never without this knife. If I'm just awake, it's on me. I was even wearing it to bed in the hospital. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys want to see it compared to a Spyderco PM2, I brought this in there just for comparison. It's not too small for self-defense. I mean, you can really, do what you got to do. No hand guard or anything like that, but if you're in ice pick grip, keep your thumb like that if you had to stab through something like that. But good to go. I mean, I'm happy with all these knives. The Vitas, not so much. It's okay. And then, of course, we're going to have the BPS Savage here as a guest star. This is probably my second or maybe my third favorite fixed blade ever. It is just amazing. I love that fucking knife. compare it to the Spyderco Bow River. Pretty good size difference. And then, of course, the Kwaiken. Release the Kwaiken. I'm in a funny mood. Anyway, guys, that's it. Just checking in with you guys. And I'm not going to pull this one back out. Maybe I can. I can do it. It's not loosened up enough. So, that's the biggest one out of the bunch of the new ones I've got. I'll take these away, because that's not what this video is about. It's about these three. But, yeah, pretty cool. I just don't trust that tang. I really don't. It just does not line up right. You know, this is where the metal stops up here above this little collar right here, and then the tang supposedly is way over here, and then the steel's a totally different polish. It's like, if I had to guess, I'd say this is a rat tail, and then, you know, this is some kind of a crack. God. Yeah, don't get this thing. I stand corrected there. Don't get this thing. Anyway, cool decorative piece. As far as using it, only as a last option. Anyway, guys, that's it. Freestyle Swordsman checking in and checking out. You guys have a great one. Peace.